Welcome to the T-Pac Arcade. Today's game is Cocoron for the Nintendo Famicom. In this 1991 action platformer from K2 and Takeru, you're in a dream and you rescue fairy things and there's a tapir and a polka dot onesie and something. I don't know. Everything was in Japanese and the translator app on my phone was struggling with the pixelated text. The gameplay here is pretty standard for an action platformer. Run and jump through various levels, taking out enemies with a projectile weapon. But what's unique is the sheer amount of methods it offers for you to do this. First of all, you get to build and customize your own set of 6 playable characters, which is practically unheard of in 8-bit platformers. You choose a head, a body, and a weapon for your hero, each with stats to determine agility, maximum health, and attack strength. Certain pieces have bonus abilities too, like how tank bodies keep you from sliding on inclines, which is more useful than it sounds because all the sloped platforms in this game are like icy driveways in the dead of winter. You want to hurry across them so you don't turn into a people-flavored Freezy Pop, but you know that one slip will bruise your tailbone so bad you can't sit on a wooden chair for months. The weapons offer different advantages too. Most are simple projectiles with fun designs, like ninja stars, boomerangs, baseballs, and pencils. But there are also arcing parasols, music note wave beams, scattering seashells, and, flowers? I hope all the bad guys have seasonal allergies, or these aren't going to do me much good. The compromise for special parts, though, is usually lower health and weaker attack power, so I stuck to one standard build for my whole playthrough. But lucky for me, that meant picking a robot head, a space jumpsuit body, and shuriken weapons. Whenever I'm feeling down, I just remember there's a video game that lets me play as a ninja robot Power Ranger, and I'm reminded that the world is a beautiful place after all. Cocoron offers 2 types of item pickups, health refills and weapon upgrades. You get them from eggs left behind by defeated enemies, and there's plenty to go around. Whoever's dream this is probably like Mother Goose or just really hungry for breakfast. The visuals in this game are probably its greatest feature. The levels are all creative in really unexpected ways. Milk ponds, miniature train tunnels, crystal mines filled with penguin bedrooms. It's wacky stuff, and I love it all. And aside from the fun mix-and-match hero graphics like flame heads and dragon bodies, all the bosses are cool and memorable too. Especially the moonface guy and the ice dragon, which is apparently Santa's new reindeer? I don't know. My suspension of disbelief was out the door the moment the game started throwing pandas on beach balls at me. Speaking of which, the standard enemies are surprisingly normal here. Most of them are just zoo animals, but they're all adorable. Like, look at those cute little armadillos. How am I supposed to attack them when all I want to do is give them a big ol' hug? The music in Cocoron is a bit of a mixed bag. All the tracks are fun and bouncy, but a handful of them are overlaid with grating twinkly scales and abrasive beeps. I can only imagine one of the composers was at a concert one day, then the alarm on his watch started going off and he was like, yes, the juxtaposition of serenity and anxiety. Now this is music. The most novel aspect of Cocoron is definitely the modular playable characters. Even though I tackled 99% of the game with my first build, I went back after and played around with all the options to get a sense of what more it had to offer, which inadvertently brought on some revelations about the game's challenge. You see, I found Cocoron to be shockingly easy, except for these 2 or 3 stages where you had to jump over and between cactuses. Those levels were such a steep difficulty spike that I thought I might never progress past them, and it took a lot of save states and luck to finally get through. But after that, the game was a breeze again, which led me to believe there must be something I wasn't picking up on. Ultimately, I realized that characters with wings or jetpacks can just float right over those cactuses. And there I was with an entirely flightless roster, running face first into those accursed poke plants ad nauseum. It felt like stubbornly learning to play the piano with my toes, only to finally learn that you're supposed to use your fingers. As usual, I found the idiot in the situation, and the idiot is me. Anyway, my favorite part of Cocoron was just seeing all the different locales and the special enemies in each of them, like the palace with taxidermy deer and a deck of cards boss, or the neon midnight forest guarded by a fairy queen. If I could change one thing about the game though, I would streamline the level progression. Cocoron allows you to tackle the first batch of levels in any order you like, which is fine, but after that it makes you backtrack to find some missing fairy, then go through a few linear stages before fighting the final boss, then go through yet another random stage before finally fighting the final boss. Maybe if I could read the text boxes, this would have been more clearly explained, but I felt like I was running around without any clear direction most of the time, just trying to find that polka dot tapir so I could ninja star him in the face before he eats my dreams. And my soul. Overall, Cocoron is awesome. It's fun to look at, it's fun to experiment with, and the replay value is unprecedented for a platformer of the era. Sweet dreams, Ninja Robot Power Ranger. May you live forever in my heart.